Today we are going to make a stencil. So in your arts activity distribution bag, you should have gotten a piece of really thin tad board, and this is what we're going to be using to make our stencils out of. I need you to make 3 stencils. So we're going to actually take this paper and divide it into 3 sections. They don't have to be perfectly even because you might want to make one stencil bigger. You might want to draw a line down here. Maybe you have a long thin stencil. It is completely up to you. So I think I'm going to do a bigger stencil, and then maybe I'll do a thinner stencil, and then I'll have another big one. So you're just going to divide your paper. Once you've drawn your lines, you can start to cut. Each of these pieces of paper now is where you will be creating a stencil, okay? You might even, if you wanted to, if you had something smaller, you could cut it apart and make a small stencil. So it is completely up to you. You need at least 3. The idea is that you are going to draw with your scissors, so you will no longer need a pencil. In order to do this, we're going to take our stencil paper and we are going to fold it in half one time. There is an open side and there is a closed side. When we start to draw with our scissors, we are always going to be drawing through the closed side. So I'm going to make sure that the open side is facing away from my belly, pick up my scissors. Just like Matisse did, you can just start randomly cutting. The idea is whenever you cut, you start your line on the closed side, you make it go up and around and come back out on the closed side. Do not go off the edge or you're gonna cut your stencil in half. So I started on this side, I'm turning my paper, not my scissors. You're gonna come out with a weird symmetrical kind of crazy shape. And when I open this up, the hole is the shape of my stencil. And that's what's gonna make my mark for me. If I wanted to make something more intentional, I still can fold it. And my idea here is I wanted to make more of a heart shape. So instead of drawing a whole heart, I have to draw half of a heart. So I'm gonna make my line kind of come up and curve down so it's only half the heart. Then I can take my scissors and slowly cut around so that it still goes on that whole side. You can see here is my positive shape I cut out, but the stencil is the negative shape that I need. So I have 2 stencils now. I'm gonna cut another one where I'm just kind of making it up. So again, no matter where I start on that line, I can make a weird blobby shape. It is completely up to me what I want to do as long as my line goes in and out the same side. So I get a positive and a negative. Maybe for this little guy, I'm just gonna do a simple roundish circle-y shape. And I have my 4 stencils. You have to be very careful. I want you to save these pieces too, just in case, so don't throw anything away.